Good morning, Preston and Amazon in Richmond, Virginia. Good morning, good morning. Amazing. Did I say Amazon? It's well, anyway. Good morning. Thank you. So, real quick this morning, I want to talk about the Super Bowl halftime. Uh, just real quickly. Later on, I'm gonna come back and talk about Tyson Moses and these lawsuits and how I feel like um, there's a little bit of a bias going on with how content creators are handling when lawsuits come out. But we'll talk about that later when I have more time to talk about it. But real quick, this for the first time in many years, I probably watched 20 20 minutes of the whole Super Bowl. I watched all of the halftime show, the whole thing, but I watched about 20 minutes of the game. I just wasn't interested in the game. And yeah, so I had a good time on the ship. We all everybody saying they had a good time. It was so quick because it was just 3 days. And in that 3 days, of course, first night, everybody met. Hey, AT4. In the first night, everybody met. What did you say? Now I can do a video on you. Why you gonna do a video on me? I behaved on the ship. Hey, Tracy. I'm tired too. I wish I would have took off today. I really wish I would have took off today. You said I'm happy to see Seahawks beat the Patriots, but the game was boring. Like, goodness, could they have given the Seahawks somebody to play against? It would have been a much better game had it been the Panthers, my Panthers against the Patriots, a revenge game, or my Panthers against the Broncos, a revenge game. But anyway, yeah, I watched 20 minutes of it, and I actually love football and sports. But the halftime was great. It's going to leave people talking about it for days to come. And it's so annoying to me that people are saying that that the halftime, oh, it was in Spanish. Have it translated. Have it translated. How many years have you been living in the United States of America? And we have so many Hispanic people that live here, Spanish speaking folk. At what point are we going to realize this may need to be a bilingual country? Hello. And then I heard the ignorance of somebody saying, they're not even from America. There's one America. Okay. I do know that the country we live in is the United States. There's North America and South America. They have many, 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 many countries. It's like when people didn't realize that Africa was a continent. But anyway, I think that the halftime show is revealing a lot of ignorance, lots and lots of ignorance. So I found this video, ran across this video that explains a little bit of the halftime show for those who are interested. They don't know anything about geography. Honey, they obviously didn't pass geography. Hey, Faith is the substance. Hey, girl, it's been a while. How you doing, sugar? But yeah, it's a lot of English. Hey, Miss LA. Good morning. Good morning. I even heard one person that used to be one of my favorite. She used to be one of my favorite content creators. But she is such an Orange Man supporter, and she tries to justify every ignorant thing that he does. And she even trying to justify this ICE thing. Yesterday, I was listening to her video, and she was saying that that we're supporting people that hate the United States. No, supporting Trump is supporting people that, see, I ain't meant to say his name, that hates the United States. Those are the ones, because this is the United States of America, meaning that we all came here from somewhere. The only natives are the Native Americans. You're not Native American. You came here from somewhere. But anyway, I ain't gonna get off on that. I'm not gonna get off on that. But I did want to show this. TK anymore? Yeah. Yeah, some people I stopped watching because, hey, Catherine, how you doing? This is a bilingual country. The USA doesn't have an official language. Let me leave that up there for a little while. Anyway, it was this lady that I want to share this video real quick that explained, and it's a shame that anybody had to explain it because he had a whole story going on. Now, one thing that a lot of people was getting wrong was they were saying that he gave his was it a Grammy that he gave away? They said that he gave it to a little boy that had some association with ICE. That wasn't true. That was him giving it to himself, like seeing himself watching, which explains why it was an old TV. The old TVs, y'all know, before they started doing the flat screens. Anyway, him giving his Grammy to his younger self. Anyway,
I want to talk specifically about the political references in this halftime show that really got me. So, starting off, we're in the sugarcane fields of Puerto Rico, just diving right into the historical context of colonialism in the Caribbean, the history of slavery in the Caribbean, the exploitation of our land and our natural resources for the economic gain of the empire. Now we're in New York City, Nueva York. And then Benito just waltzes up to go take a shot with who? Toñita. Who's Toñita? This is a real Puerto Rican woman who lives in Brooklyn and owns something called the Caribbean Social Club, which is one of the last standing Puerto Rican establishments in Williamsburg, which has been a hugely gentrified neighborhood of New York City, which was always traditionally Puerto Rican. She herself has almost been kicked out many times, but refuses to sell. She's an icon of fighting gentrification in Nueva York. The part of the show that hit us Boricuas the hardest, Ricky Martin. Quieren quitarme el río y también la playa, quieren el barrio mío y que abuelita se vaya. No suelte la bandera ni olvide el Lelolai, que no quiero que hagan contigo lo que me pasó a Hawaii. Ricky Martin from Puerto Rico just sang a Bad Bunny song saying, I don't want to happen to us what happened to Hawaii. A blatant call for independence and sovereignty and decolonization of Puerto Rico. And then we go straight into this. Actually simulated the problems with our power grid in Puerto Rico, which is a direct consequence of us being a colony, and the privatization of our power grid by the USA. Then Bad Bunny emerges from the fields carrying the Puerto Rican flag, but not just any Puerto Rican flag. This is the light blue Puerto Rican flag, which is the original colors. And this is the flag that they banned. And then we were only allowed to get our flag back when they changed it from light blue to that navy royal blue to match the blue in the American flag. But by waving this flag, this is our original flag, again referencing our own sovereignty. A mi pueblo, mi patria, Puerto Rico. Seguimos aquí. And ending it with Seguimos aquí, which means we're still here. Even though you're trying to colonize us and gentrify us out of our own island, Seguimos aquí.
So there was plenty of references that was explained for those who said, I didn't understand what was going on. If there was plenty of ways to find out, to understand what was going on. Good morning, Gigi, about TV. Good morning, Jesse online. Thank y'all for coming in. Zero Lightness. Good morning. Good morning. Thank y'all for coming in. But if you want a reason to not like it and complain about it, then I guess, people use that. That was the only thing, because it was great. It was a story and a message all the way through. And the fact that they're fighting and not allow what happened to the native Hawaiians to happen to them. Do y'all know the native Hawaiians, they are working. They are not unemployed, but they are working, but they are the working poor in their own place, where they are natives of. Anyway, hey, Miss Toby, thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, that half show was everything. I enjoyed the vibe. I've always been a fan of Bad Bunny, and I have some of his songs downloaded. But to see him on screen was great. I enjoyed how he put that together. No, y'all know those real people they say the real people in the little bush cane thing, but it was great. It was well put together. It was very well put together, and I enjoy watching him and Roger Gazelle. I think that's the commissioner NFL. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. Interact at the end. But let's see what was happening on the other side with the other folk. Did I save that? Hold on. Let me see if I got that video. What was happening with the other folk? Is this it?
And in the propane flow, the chosen one, I'm the living proof. With the gift of gab from the city of truth. You know I jab, stab, and not critics back. And I did not start a win.
Y'all see old boy looking all confused when it first started.
In the propane flow, the chosen one, I'm the living proof. With the gift of gab from the city.
His wife was like, what is that? What is that? Bad Bunny has every flag for every country. Yes, he came in America, the whole damn continent. The whole continent. I can't believe that people thought that America was a country. Whose video was I on? I was somewhere, and the lady was like, they thought America was a country. Like, no, United States is a country. There are North America, South America, and many countries. Anyway. And if Kid Rock had a biracial son, child, honey, he must be broke. Okay, I wish Kid Rock would quit claiming Detroit. He is not from here, honey. That was embarrassing. The last video I want to show is a preacher that was, he was talking about he was letting MAGA and the folks have it a little bit.
Well, I might as well do it. And I know some of you are all excited. You've heard about the horrible halftime show that's coming. Some of you are all excited because Turning Point USA has an alternative halftime show. Can you tell me the difference between the two shows? The alternative is supposed to be for America. But the people entertaining are foul-mouthed, lost, degenerate people. I've heard them sing. They are filthy. Their mouths are filthy. And that's the alternative? You're trying to tell me that we have an alternative? Folks, the world can't give me an alternative. I've already met Jesus. Don't try to offer me an alternative. And while I'm at it, I'm going to say what I feel right here. I wish the President of the United States would clean up his language. I wish he would stop insulting people. A leader should not give himself to insulting people all the time and using foul language. And while I'm at it, I'm going to finish. Everybody in the White House cusses except two women that say they're born again, but they're all foul-mouthed. Let me tell you what the Bible says. From the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Listen, don't you dare get being conservative mixed up with being a Christian. Conservative does not mean Christian. You can be pro-life, you can be pro-biblical family, you can be pro-Israel and die and go to hell. You can be all of that stuff. That does not make you a Christian. Folks, I am a Christian. I'm not a white Christian. You're not a black Christian. I'm not in a white evangelical movement. There's no such thing as a black church. We are one in Christ. There is neither male nor female. There is neither black or white or slave or poor. We are all one in Jesus Christ. No, go ahead and praise the Lord. Don't talk about the people that represent you. They don't represent me. I got one representative. And he's the one that said to me a long time ago, will you go with this man? I said, I'll go with this man. And that's the man I've been going with. And I don't care about any other men. Nobody can save me. Nobody can redeem me.
I don't think he like very much. He don't like He don't like Anyway, and I think that's what I'm going to change my my title to, something. Conservative does not mean Christian. Conservative just is another word to be a hide behind racism, in my opinion. Yeah, there is the black church. That I didn't agree with him with that. There is the black church, because the black church is very important to our community, even though we don't think it is, but it is. Everything ran through the black church at one point. Even the fact that we were free ran, message got out through the black church. We just got to do a little bit better around in the black church. Start with you Kojics. I'm gonna talk about you Kojics later, and putting that $500,000, whatever it is, lawsuit on Moses Tyson, or Tyson Moses. I'm gonna talk about that later when I got some time. I'm gonna give my opinion on it, on you Kojics, and I'm gonna be careful because y'all like to sue folk. Y'all don't want nobody to tell the truth on you. Y'all like to sue folk and try to shut folk up. I'm gonna talk about it later. Say the Super Bowl has had a lot of performers that are not U.S. citizen. Bad Bunny is a citizen. Exactly. But, honey, we were sitting in that Royal Theater. Honey, some of them folks wasn't moving. They was stiff. They was like, I will not. Some of them got up and left and came back, but like, okay, ain't like you could walk off this ship and go nowhere. Everywhere you walk, you'll be looking at Bad Bunny. If you walk over there, walk down there, you walk over there, you're going to be seeing Bad Bunny. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It was nice to, I was telling Really BTV, I hope that we remember Black and brown people, that we need to stay united, because a lot of times we're not united. Black and brown people. We're not. And hopefully this will teach us to stay united. And we Black people celebrated with the brown people yesterday, or Sunday. I forgot today's Tuesday. Sunday, we celebrated with the brown people on Sunday. And that message that was sent by Bad Bunny. And we would love to keep standing with y'all if y'all want to stand with us. Sometimes y'all don't be wanting to stand with us. But anyway, I ain't going to go into that. I'm not going to go into that. Yeah, Black and brown folks were dancing and the clapping. It was a lady, and I didn't take a picture of her, but she had the Puerto Rican flag in at Hideaway Beach, and she had it wrapped around her. I did talk to her briefly, but yeah. You were in the Aqua Theater, and it was a great time. Yeah, I saw some clips of the Aqua Theater. And somebody told me it wasn't cold out there. Speaking of being cold, today it's going to be 65 degrees in North Carolina. Thank God. Glory be to God. Oh, Lord, I praise you. It's going to be 65 for the next couple of days. It's going to be warm here, and I am so, so thankful, because as soon as we land in Raleigh, we taxi into the gate, and I look over and I see piled up snow, and I say, oh my God, I get back home yesterday, and it's my half of my driveway is still covered with snow, but hopefully with this 65 that we're going to get today, it's going to melt. So thank God for that. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to everybody over on Cruiser 007. I am on both channels this morning. Good morning to everybody. You said stop bragging, girl. You know I needed this, child. Oh Lord, I could. My little southern country self couldn't stand no more cold. I needed a break from the cold. But thank you to everybody that trusted us enough to go with us. And it was great. Thank you, really, B, for trusting me to collab with me. I had an incident over there in the beef sector, and but I thank you, really, B, for trusting me enough to do this collaboration trip with me, and thank you all that went. Shout out to everybody that went. I would like to say the tribe, but it was the tribe and friends. And shout out to my parents. They enjoyed the trip. They enjoyed meeting people in the tribe. And hopefully I'm back. My phone rang. And it was a great day. And I'm going to tell you, you never know who you're going to run into. I'm not going to tell a name, but I ran into someone that's very dear to me that I only knew from social media. I knew them from the beef sector for the most part. Very dear to me. And hadn't talked to this person in over a year, and ran into it was pure coincidence. And I recognized the voice. And I kind of recognized their face, but then I recognized the voice. And I just stood there. I said, I'm not getting on this elevator until, even if I'm wrong, I got to see if it's this person. And it was the person. You never know who you're going to run into. And that was such a blessing to run into them. I think it was, I don't think it was coincidence at all. I think it was God's will that we ran into each other. Because, what are the chances of you ended up on the same cruise, you know? But my point is, you never know who you're going to run into. So I would like to meet more of you. I would love to meet more of you. Y'all remember when I used to do this video right here? Let me play it. When I said I was going to meet everybody in the beef sector, y'all remember I was going through that? Where's that video? I said I'm going to. And I'm still trying to do that. I guess I'm still trying to meet everybody. Everybody. Yes, 3 days was not long enough. Like, it was like the first day we met, everybody was meeting and everything. And Tracy was handing us out gifts and things. And the second day, we were at, Ported. So some of us got off on Royal Beach. I promise y'all, I said I was going to be at Royal Beach for 30 minutes. I said I was going to go out there, get a little bit of footage, and I was going to come on back in. And that didn't happen. I ended up being out there and staggered on back in. I literally staggered. Honey, I was out there with El Teddy. Shout out to El Teddy. It was so great meeting El Teddy. A lot of people know that me and Really B are friends, but what a lot of people don't know is that I got to Really B by El Teddy. I was subscribed to El Teddy, still am. I always have been. I'm always going to his channel. But I was subscribed to him, and I know Really B through El Teddy and James, Spill It Boy TV. But I saw her first on El Teddy. So it was great meeting El Teddy. It was such a blessing to meet El Teddy. Me and El Teddy danced on the Cellaway party, did the little line dances and stuff. He had my hips hurting. And then I got to dance some more with some people out at Royal Beach that we ended up sitting out there and drinking, and they was giving us as many drinks as we wanted like that. It wasn't no time limit, nothing. And then again, Hideaway Beach was a repeat. We stayed in that pool for We said we're gonna be out here for a little while. A little while turned into hours. Every time it turned into hours, but it was a great time. And then it was time to come home. They were telling us to, get out their cabins and get off their ship. But I'm looking forward to doing it again. I'm really looking forward to doing it again. Hey, Angie, about to get my workout on a Bad Bunny this morning. There you go. There you go. He's done gained so many supporters through this. Well, since she said she gonna get off the boat next time with us, yes, I got the chance to meet and hug Miss Toby. Tracy said I didn't want to tell it. I didn't want to tell it. I heard someone say, "Hey, sugar," and I thought it was Cruiser. It was Cruiser's mama, baby. Mama Cruiser, honey. Let me see if I got. Do I have a picture? Oh, I ain't download the picture of her. But Mama Cruiser, baby, she was having herself a good old. I said she was 78, 77, but I think she might be 78. My mom's 77. She's 77. She'll be 78 in June. But yeah, she was having her a good time. Her and my daddy being all grown with their little pictures. Let me see if I could get her picture up here. I did put it on my community board, but they just were being grown and everything. And my sister was on the cruise too. She was chilling. My sister likes to chill. My sister get her in a lot of chill time. Let's see if I could get how quickly I can get my parents. It's a shame when you see a picture of your mom, of yourself. I see a picture of my mama and I be thinking it's me. Or me and thinking of my mama. I don't know why I don't have my dad on here. Anyway, we'll do it next time. Since I don't have daddy too. We'll do it next time. But thank you all again, those who travel with us. Oh, thank you. She said, was that Miss Toby? I said, yeah. She said, okay. Because I was talking about, I kept telling her, I want you to meet Miss Toby. But yeah. And my dad loved himself some El Teddy. My daddy said, that's a young man that had some good mentors in his life right there. My daddy talks slow. That's a young man that he had some good mentors in his life. You got to get you some good mentors. So that but yeah, they enjoyed, they had a whole political conversation with El Teddy. It started out about education and then it went into politics. And so they really, really enjoyed that conversation they had with El Teddy. My daddy graduated from the school system here, from the Guilford County school system. So of course he always appreciated and loved educators. Yes, we need 5 to 7 days, child. We needed more time. All right, y'all. Let me get myself to work. I'll come back. I'm gonna try to come back later and talk about this Tyson Moses and Moses Tyson. Y'all know the musician from the Culture Church. We're gonna talk about that later. Thank y'all for coming in. Y'all remember to live in peace on purpose and remember, no matter what, all is well. Remember that, all is well. Y'all know I didn't think I was gonna be able to go on this trip because of the snow and ice and then losing my phone and blah blah. But I went on and had a good time. All is well. It'll be all right. It's just temporary. You'll get through it. All is well.